What's up, Starcraft fans? Today we're doing the tier list for Ulnar New Year on Lock and Load. So it's a holiday mutation, a really easy one. So Brian, let's hear about the map.
Lock and Load is the map where we have to capture 5 specific points on the map called locks. To capture a lock, both players need to have a unit standing on the lock simultaneously for 20 seconds, uncontested by the enemy, to turn it green.
Alright.
If the enemy stands on a lock uncontested for 10 seconds, it turns red and starts a timer bar that ticks as long as it remains uncontested, and fills faster the more uncontested locks he has.
Yeah, so we can't let anyone capture too many locks.
We lose.
Yeah, if the bar reaches full, we lose. So how about the meteors?
Lucky envelopes spawn around the map and give free resources when collected. Fireworks shoot from fallen enemies and target your forces for large amounts of splash damage, depending on enemy unit supply.
Yeah, so lucky envelopes are just good. They're just free. It's literally just free money, whereas fireworks is just tons of damage. It's like self-destruction, except it targets your unit, so it's even worse. Tutu, a stick spinner on the call with us today. Tutu, a stick spinner. How are you guys?
Great, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so Tutu, let's hear how we're going to rate the commanders this week.
So for this week, hero commanders have a much easier time because you just control like one unit or one small group of units, and you can dodge the fireworks more easily. Sacrificial units are also good because you don't care if they get hit by fireworks.
That's correct. Anything to add, stick spender?
Yeah, small compact army good. Hero unit good.
So let's begin. Abathur, where do we rank him?
Abathur, so he has hero-ish units, but they're kind of slow, so they're gonna get, even if they don't get hit by the full damage, like all of the fireworks damage, they're gonna get hit a lot. And brutalisks don't have life leech.
Yeah.
And so maybe swarm host might be the way.
I'm actually thinking swarm host.
Yeah, but it might take a little while to get there. And the locusts.
With extra money, you should be able to get there fast.
No, the biomass, not the money. You don't.
Yes.
Abathur doesn't care about money. It's the biomass. And the toxicness, they get killed by fireworks if like they're left alone. I mean, if they're near an enemy dying, but you're gonna lose some toxicness to just collateral damage. So I put Abathur in C.
C. Okay, how about you, Stick Spender?
So I think that with swarm hosts, money actually is more important than biomass. That's like the one comp.
I actually agree.
Money is more important than biomass. However, yeah, still same problem. His ultimate evolutions are quite slow. The Leviathans have no acceleration, so if they're not already moving, they can't start moving until after the firework has already landed. And they chonky, so it's really hard to dodge the fireworks. So yeah, you're probably just gonna want to mass swarm hosts and be like, well, I wish I was a Dehaka. My swarm host would be so much stronger. Because low biomass Abathur swarm hosts are just worse than Dehaka swarm hosts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, here kind of just makes sense.
C?
C makes sense.
Alright, I actually have it in B, but you guys say C, so we'll have him in C. Alarak, where do we have him?
I wave my arms at the enemy and things go dead. That's basically his life plan is I have a mothership and I wave my arms at the enemy. Your units are gonna have a really bad day, no matter what you make.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Alarak hero unit, not exactly built as a solo wrecking ball because, well, he's kind of meant to eat supplicants and have empower me.
Correct.
It's a little awkward. Now, Alarak still can basically murder any amount of waves from most enemy comps, just with the power of I wave my arms at them and then I walk away. Beat until everything's dead. That works against most comps for Alarak to be able to solo the attack waves. It's just like not fast. It's not great. You have hero units, but they're not the best hero units for the job. So honestly, he could probably go with Abathur.
So C? Okay, how about you, Tutu?
So Alarak was one of 3 commanders who I couldn't beat it with the first the first time around, I guess, the first of the repeats. And that's
Okay.
because um having mothership doesn't help that much. I mean, it helps, but like it gets hit because it's big.
Yeah,
If it
chunky.
gets hit enough, you're gonna lose it. And um Wrathwalkers technically outrange the fireworks, but if you're not already moving, like you're gonna get hit, and they're also big. They will die eventually. Um, this like if you are a skilled Alarak, this you can it's you can judge the distance of like supplicant eating and stuff. Then won't be too difficult. However, if you get a little too close, then your supplicants will die from the fireworks. If you're a little too far, Alarak will die because he's too far forward when you're trying to clear a base. And if you're not really good with like Alarak and like judging the distance, a safe distance, you're gonna lose everything very fast. And I put him in E because
E.
he's the only exception for like the hero because he can't really do everything by himself. He needs his army to follow him, and if you're not careful, you're gonna lose everything.
That's definitely something. Are you convinced by this, Stickspender? Is E okay for you?
I mean, I can see why in terms of the whole so you have to know how to use both hero units. The mothership, by the way, it can dodge the fireworks fine as long as it never stops moving. If it stops moving ever, it takes so long to start up the engine again
Yep.
that it's never gonna dodge those fireworks.
Like an Hyperion.
Kinda, yeah. Just never stop moving or you die. Anyways, yeah, okay. E seems a little harsh compared to some other commanders here.
Actually,
I think that you could do quite a lot with just the hero units on Alarak. I can see D. I can't see E.
I guess we'll see later. We'll put Alarak in D for now. If that's okay with you two. We'll put Alarak in D for now, and then once we see the other commanders, we can have a better view.
I'll add one more thing, which is that if you try to pylon overcharge and if enough fireworks hit it, the pylon's gonna die or your war prison will die, and use you can't like use the overcharge for its full duration.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is another minus.
Okay, but overcharge, unlike Wrathwalkers, which only barely outrange fireworks, overcharge vastly outranges the fireworks. Plus,
If you're
prisms
using
and
it
attack.
like if they're walking towards you, yeah, you'll kill some, but then the rest of them.
Yeah, but you'll want to use your overcharge to attack things. Your solution to attack waves is Alarak waves his arms like a madman.
And it dies. Wait, and it eats his army, and then dies.
No, he's gotta teleport. Obviously.
I think we're gonna put him in D for now, and then yeah, it's a compromise. We'll put him in D for now and see where the other commanders are. I actually think that looking at these other commanders and looking at how Alarak works, for most players, I can't see them knowing how to use Ascendance properly and dodging properly. With an expensive army, I am actually leaning closer to E at this point, but we'll compromise with D for now and see where the other commanders lie. Arcturus, where do you put him?
ESOs are good, so you can once you take the middle, you set up like 8 to 10 ESOs there, and you destroy the rest of the map.
Makes sense.
So yeah, the air units you can use Zerg call down or just drop suicide troopers, or if you're using P1, you contaminated strike several times, and then they'll also die.
That's inhumane.
Yeah. So just but still requires some work and setup. So just A.
Yeah, Sticksbender, how about you?
Yeah, I could definitely see why he wouldn't get S because, actually requires some setup. Which a little silly to be like, oh yes, Megs is not S because you actually have to set up your ESOs.
Well, he's not S because
But-
Statboy exists, but
Exactly. Like, there are hero units who really just have to exist to win the game. So yeah, basically A tier. Oh, another thing for Contaminated Strike on the air units. The waves on lock and load spawn several minutes before they actually attack.
you
They
can hit
just
them.
sit at the entrance to the enemy base. You can Contaminated Strike them before they even become a wave.
Exactly.
The poor fools. Yes, so you just murder everything with ESOs and nothing matters and you are fine.
You can actually play
Also,
defense by offense in a weird way.
yes. Also, you're rich, so you can have enough, exploding troopers to, compensate for any emergency.
That's inhumane, though. Anyway, Arcturus in A? Arty-farty, where do you put him?
Firework suffering. He's kind of like probably similar-ish to Alarak or something. At least he's got space archons.
The space archons can, oddly enough, tank a few of the fireworks.
Oh, they can take a lot of fireworks. They got 1,000 health.
That's a lot.
They are chunky. But then your army dies. You're probably for army almost even gonna want to just use the Zealot Templar style of all my units are overglorified banelings.
I actually used Phoenixes, but yeah, I can see why you would want to go Zealots and Templars.
Yeah, don't expect to keep an army alive. But hey, at least you have enough money to make a new one.
Actually, my Phoenixes never did die. They live surprisingly well.
I can see Phoenix is staying alive just because they fast.
But they don't kill
also,
anything.
yeah, and there's a lot of base defenses which are buildings and massive units and hybrid, all of which just kind of look at the Phoenix and the Phoenix looks awkwardly back and nothing happens.
Yes.
So, yeah. Archons are good. Archons can rip into whatever they feel like. Your units are going to be expendable, and that is how they will have to operate. You just summon a few units and say, all right, go get them. Yes, you're going to die horribly. Get them anyways. You're probably going to be like, I'd say C tier, but I'm actually believing this is realistically quite a complicated thing for Artanis, like the way that he's supposed to play.
I don't see him being quite on Abathur's tier, but Tutu, where do you have him?
Actually, I have him next to Abathur.
Really?
Same. Just he has
Here,
Guardian
let's-
Shell. If you don't use P3.
Yeah.
So that's something. And I think I used Zealot Templar Phoenixes or Zealot Phoenixes with a few Templar and just like kept picking up money and suiciding into everything. Yeah, but it's with Guardian Shell it's a little better, but not wonderful. Still a lot of inhumanity. So yeah, I don't recommend P3 even if there are space archons. I think the Guardian Shell
Guardian
is
Shell's
really
better.
useful here.
So both of you say C?
C. I said C. He said C D-ish, maybe?
Yeah,
Well-
I was thinking maybe D, but honestly, I would still use P3 here purely on the basis of P3 Artanis could actually just about top bar solo this map. So,
Maybe.
uh,
I can see
if top bar
why.
solo the map, you might as well be using a hero unit.
Yeah, I can see why
but
that
anyway.
would work.
C probably makes sense, I think, for Artanis.
Okay, we'll put R in C. You'll just using the soul of bombardment to clear out the locks, I guess. Dehaka, where do we put him?
Dehaka P2 easy mode. I used with P2 I did just hero and top bar and it was pretty easy. The having 6,000 to 8,000 life is pretty good, I guess.
They could just face tank
taking
all the
out
fireworks?
faces. Yeah,
I should
you
try
just
that.
take it.
I should
And
try that.
yeah, so just top bar. If you add creeper hosts and just put them in the middle and use them like ESOs, that makes it even easier. So S for me.
S for you. How about you, Stickbender?
That all makes sense. I'm not 100% sold that he's any easier than Mengsk.
I haven't. I don't have a reference point. I don't play P2 Dehaka that much, so I can't really say. If the pack leaders are as strong as 2-2 says they are, then I don't disagree with S.
I don't doubt that the pack leaders have a hard time dying. But yeah, my sole objection is Mengsk is probably on a similar level to Dehaka, I would think.
Strength-wise, sure, but I think Creeper hosts are easier to produce and easier to mass.
There,
And
I no. This idea that creeper hosts are easier than ESOs is always confused me.
But no, I'm saying that I could clear it with no creeper hosts.
yeah,
yes,
I cleared it with no creeper
just
hosts.
top bar.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just top bar.
I mean, if that
Fair
works, sure.
yeah,
I'm okay with S actually.
yeah. Okay.
Because I don't have any objections to. I haven't seen P2, so Tutu is really the only one here who knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. No, I've seen P2, so I guess yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay. My only concern is that you're going to have to actually be reasonably efficient about it, or else the wave quantity will get to something where you actually have to fight waves with something that isn't top bar. Oh, the horror. But yeah, it top bar.
Sure. All right. Dehaka and S. I think that's his first S. Fenix. Where do you put him?
Well, he has hero units, and his hero units are great at wave clear. How do you attack the bases? You just keep sending Keldalis at it. That's pretty much the entire plan.
Or other champions, you can honestly afford it.
Yeah, the other champions are going to probably not do as much as Keldalis and are going to have low life expectancy, but you can.
Just because you can afford it, yeah.
I mean, can you afford it, or will it slow down your Keldalis production because you're having to spend your precious APM macroing into new units instead of just sending another Keldalis at the base? But
I
yeah.
guess that makes sense.
Basically, Phoenix suits are great wave clear. Just make sure you actually dodge fireworks with the Dragoon, or it will one-shot itself with the fireworks.
Looks kind of funny.
Yes, it's gonna be like it fires its spells. It stacks up 100 fireworks on top of itself. You
That's
either move
inhumane.
or you get one tapped. But Keldalis is just gonna be able to run in there. He's you see, as Keldalis dies, the new Keldalis will just get very angry, and because he's very angry, he will run very fast, and because he run very fast, the fireworks will have a hard time hitting him because he's gonna kill the hybrid and then zip off to the next hybrid and kill it before the fireworks from the first hybrid have landed because Keldalis.
Okay, so where do we put him?
Yeah, he's in the A or S region. It's just like, is he really worthy of an S? He could go an S, but he's at least A.
Alright, how about you, Tutu?
He's good, but because of fireworks, it takes a little bit longer to clear stuff, just a little, because you're gonna lose your champions a little bit more frequently than usual. You that means that you have to be like on top of your macro and make like a lot more robos and gateways and stargates to make up for the losses. But overall, it's pretty easy. You just keep you hotkey all your champions to 1 and then just keep sending them in over and over.
Yeah, that's
So
what
I
do.
put him in A.
I actually have an A also. So if it's not unanimous, it's not S. There we go. On and Horner, what do we have him?
Han and Horner. This is one where I recommend P3 because you don't want to fight like up close ever. And with the lucky envelopes, you get more resources. So occasionally you can use your galleons, make a bunch of like sacrificial reapers or something, send them in, and then with the minerals, and then with all your gas, you make strike fighter platforms, and then you kill stuff from afar. So B, because
Have you
you can just use
considered?
call down.
Have you considered the fixed stronger death chance for this?
I would still use P3.
Okay. Oh, by the way, going back a little bit, without prestigious, would Dehaka change, or is he still S?
You still have creeper hosts.
Okay. And then Phoenix without prestige.
He probably
Left.
drop a rank.
Yeah, I think so too. So Phoenix is only A if you have the second prestige. Without prestige, you'd probably go down to B. Anyway, so Hot and Horner for B for Tutu. How about you, Stixbender?
Here's the thing: Sacrificial Reapers don't do that great. They're still Reapers. They're literally worse Marines in terms of their DPS, anyways. Plus, they stack up as an air unit, so they especially get instantly deleted by fireworks.
As you said earlier, they spawn before, so you just put mag mines in front of them.
Yes, this is true. the volume of waves as lock and load progresses gets quite high. If your strike fighters can't help with the waves, there will be issues, most likely.
How many comps have like all air units later on? There's only like one for each
have
race.
to be all air units. It just has to be heavy air units, and the shooting up is going to be, I think, a bit of a concern. And
You also have space station.
Yes, my concern is the frequency of the airwaves.
I mean, you have free money, so
Yes,
and refunds, so I think it'll be enough. I don't disagree with you.
I do not agree with Han and Horner being notably better than Artanis, actually.
I would say if you know that you're fighting air comp, then you save your space station and call in the fleets for the waves, and then the like few carriers or whatever at each base, you can just summon a BC or something, or and kill it.
I would honestly just go P1 and ram everything at the enemy as usual. Like it'll be inhumane, it'll be slower, but I think it'll still work.
I kind of doubt that it'll work, but you could feel free to attempt that. I'd say C.
Are you okay with C, T2?
I don't think that it's as difficult as it seems. I mean, especially since normally P3 is bad because you don't have like money to make the platforms, but with the free resources lying around, you can make tons of them and you can keep using them.
Yeah,
so,
that's
you can have infinite
Hot
strike
and Horner's. That's Hot and Horner's trump card against Artie. Like Artie doesn't have like a lot of airstrikes.
So basically, I would say then that Han and Horner are like a low C if it's an air comp, and then comfortably B if it's a ground comp.
Okay, then that averages up to like barely in B, which is still B, right?
I mean, that averages up to like top of C, but whatever.
Okay. How about this? We'll put him. No one else is in B for now. So we'll put him there and see if anyone else. Like similar with Alarak, we'll see where the rest of the commanders lie, and then decide later. Karax, where do we put him?
Karax. So Karax is now the where I'm going to bring up something that I should have brought up with Artanis and Han and Horner. If you send a unit to the lock, like an observer or a raven or something, what will happen is Amon will clean out all the base defenses, rallying those base defenses to all hug the lock, where they will conveniently blow up to top bar. Because like the longer you sit like an observer, just like sitting just in range of the lock, but far enough away that nothing aggro's on him, the more Amon will just stream units from the base to the lock until the entire base defense has been cleaned out because everyone is hugging the lock, and then your top bar wipes out the whole thing in one go.
Wouldn't they just kill the observer or something?
So if you have the observer at an awkwardly far distance, they'll eventually kill it, but only after like they've already started streaming most of their units over. And I've noticed they seem to like to continue streaming units even after the triggering unit has died for a little bit. So yeah, they like to bunch up around the lock as soon as you tap it. Karax is really good at top bar solo, so he can probably make it up to A tier just because his top bar is Karax top bar.
Well, yeah, that comes with being Karax. You have Karax top bar.
Yes.
How about you?
Karax top bar is scary.
How about you, Tutu?
I went for P2, just like Immortal plus Sentinel.
Yeah.
It was okay. Like you keep healing, even though if you get hit by fireworks, you just
survive.
Yeah, it's all right. It's like probably one of the better army-based commanders if you use P2. I did not consider the lock leering thing because I didn't. Yeah, and I don't think other people even. I don't know how many people like know this or will attempt to do this because I think people are afraid if they move the observer a little too close to a fireworks or something, or if they sieged it and couldn't run or something, then they're just gonna give Amon the lock, and I don't know if people are willing to risk doing that, because mostly you capture the lock when you're sure you can get it.
Yeah.
To be
usually
fair,
you do
to
that.
be fair, Amon claims one of those backlocks pretty early, so you can just do the lock that Amon's already claimed.
Yeah. So the good thing about Karax is that you can build like static D. They get hit, but they get regen. Static D to pick off the tricklers that keep going towards the locks, and also like sacrificial cannons for waves if if you're using your top bar elsewhere, or if you weren't paying attention or something. But overall he's pretty solid. But I put him in B.
Hmm.
I put him
can
in
accept
B.
that. I think I can accept that because purely on the basis of, boy, this is going to get involved compared to Mangsker Phoenix.
All right. I actually have an A also, but since both of you guys agree with B, let's have him B. Kerrigan, what do we have him?
Kerrigan can do. She's a one woman army. So, and like you can use Omega Worms to tank fireworks. You can hide in the Omega Worm to dodge fireworks.
Yeah.
If you can use Immobilization Wave to clear like a lot of stuff in the area and run.
Yeah.
You don't even need units, but
Yeah.
it's cool if you do. I did a no mining solo with her, so yeah, that's how powerful she is. So I put her in S.
I have a question. What is the challenge of a no mining run on a
You don't
mutation
even
with
have-
lucky envelopes?
You just dodge fireworks.
I mean,
It's just harder.
Oh, you have the lucky envelopes, though. Yes. Were you allowed to use the money from the lucky
No,
envelopes?
no,
Or did
I'm
you
not
not?
spending anything.
all right.
All right.
It's no spending
Yes.
challenge. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
That
Because
makes
yes, the
sense.
lucky envelopes kind of like make it. Well.
I
Anyways,
guess by technicality, yes, that's like I'm not mining. Just like when it's slim pickings, I'm not mining anything.
Exactly.
by technicality, yes. Anyways, the point is, we don't need no stinking units. Kerrigan kills everything. Also, worms are great. So if you do collect resources, you can get worms and ability efficiency, and that's all very good stuff. So, yeah, S tier.
All right.
Kerrigan does it easily. It's very easy.
Yeah. I actually originally had Kerrigan in A, but since both of you said S, yeah, sure. Purples are in S. Nova, where do I put him?
Remember the lock luring? You know what's really good at lock luring and not dying?
Super cloak
A
units.
super cloaked Nova that cannot ever be hit by Amon, and there's nothing he can do unless you use a sabotage drone and blow stuff up, in which case the fireworks are all coming for you. And you're gonna die horribly. But
Unless you
anyways,
airlift.
unless you airlift, or here's the thing. This is when the sabotage drone blows stuff up.
Sabotage bro.
I'm sorry. Nova can just walk away from the fireworks.
No way, walking? What is this? Witchcraft.
What? Anyways, Lockler, sabotage drone, rinse, repeat, everything dies. You have spider mines. Spider mines are great at clearing ground waves. If it's air waves, Ravens have so much range with their seeker missiles. Liberators have so much range with their anti-air and their anti-ground, and for their anti-air they can kite. Defense drones give so much health they can actually give some semblance of survivability against fireworks. Some semblance of survivability being the most optimistic thing. If you're not P3, the fact that your hero unit is a glass cannon is going to become a problem, and clearing bases is going to become a problem. But if you are P3, you just sit on the lock and sabotage drone until death occurs. And also nuke. And I mean, I could honestly see an argument for Nova and S tier because your hero unit can just do everything.
I have her in S tier. How about you, Tutu? Where do you have him?
I would note though, without
What?
P3, she drops several tiers.
Oh yeah, obviously. Tutu, where do you have him?
I'm glad you went first, because I originally had her in A, since with the sabotage drone, like if you're out of range, then the fireworks will go nowhere and you won't get hit. But if you're a little too close, you're gonna get like they're all gonna come at you, and if you are not walking when the fireworks are heading towards you, you're gonna die. So many runs were ended when I was like not walking, or I misjudged the distance, and I got hit by like collateral, like the splash damage of like 10 fireworks just heading all towards me.
You can just
but yeah.
revive her, right?
I have no money. I'm not mining. What is this mining? You spending money? I gotta keep all my envelopes.
You're gonna kick Novo down from S just because you did a no mining challenge, which is not something anyone else does.
Yeah. So the sabotage drone thing, it works really well. And then you kill everything. You can even just like sabotage drone the hybrid a few times. You can sabotage drone the waves while they're sitting there and waiting before the next one. If you want to spend your hard-earned money, then you can use Griffin Airstrike as well. And you can capture locks by just dropping units onto the lock. So I guess S is fine with.
I guess S is fine. There we go. Put
Yes.
Nova in S tier. Raynor.
Yes, purely the only downside to her being she's more money dependent than Dehaka and Kerrigan. Well, not more money dependent than Dehaka. Dehaka with no mining would be a disaster because you have no pack leaders.
Yeah.
Oh, I tried. It's really hard.
yeah, that's a real
Way Haka's not good at it. They keep dying.
Raynor, what do I have him?
No amount of resources is gonna make up for the losses. Like you're gonna keep losing a lot of stuff, and then you're gonna get more Marines, but you're gonna lose them really quickly. It's really hard, and you can like if you drop spider mines, they're gonna get blown up by the fireworks. So it's kind of difficult to use those as well. I put them in E because it's hard to push. It's hard to get a big enough army to push and not lose everything.
Okay, how about you, Stickspender?
Raynor is the other S tier. It's the suffering tier.
The suffering tier.
He suffers.
I mean, I would go P3 here, just use battle leadership. But
I would too, and I wouldn't. It doesn't really matter what you make with your P3 army, because it's just going to be there for moral support for the Hyperion.
Yep.
I guess he could maybe get an argument for D tier with Alarak, since at least the Hyperion's really good.
Okay, argument for D tier does not mean D tier. So both of you say E tier, so have an E tier.
Yeah. Sorry, Jimmy.
Alright. Stetboy, where do I have him?
Gary exists.
Alright, Stukov, where do I have him?
Alright, expedited game. P3 Stukov.
Stukov. So P3 Stukov, like slow, but you can push. You don't have to do anything. You just focus on building bunkers all
Just
game.
make bunkers.
But you have. It's a lot more involved than the S tiers, and it's slower too. So I put them in A.
A's not bad. How about you, Sixbender?
I kind of thought B, but I guess A works. It's just
you'll eventually have so much money that you can actually max out on a lock and load game, which is something you don't normally see for Stukov.
I think you normally can on lock and load. It doesn't take that long to max out, but yeah, point is, yes, max out easily. Everything's fine.
Alright, Swann, where do I have him?
You're gonna lose a couple factories. Quite a few factories, actually. You're gonna just keep making them. You'll lose a few factories. That's okay. Just keep sending factories to let the laser drill do literally everything. You can make some wraiths to help with things because they're fast, so they have a nice easy time dodging fireworks. They also are nice and skinny, and they're air units, so you can stack them on top of each other, which, yes, that means that the fireworks can take out your whole army instantly, but more importantly, it means that you actually can dodge them, because like if you have ground units, for example, like a blob of dragoons, you can't dodge the fireworks because your army physically takes up too much space. Whereas with the wraiths, you just pack them together, you zip around, running around hyperspeed, and everything is fine. And your laser drill is doing most of the work anyways, and you just are going to need to constantly send new factories to the front line, and you'll be fine.
I just had a scenario in my head. You're using rates to like pick off. You already sniped the detection in an area, and you're using rates to pick off the rest of the big boys. For example, the big hybrid. and then a bunch of Thors, a bunch of that stuff, and then your ally drops stuff like Soul Bombardment, and then there's fireworks everywhere, and then there's nowhere to dodge.
No. Better than solar bombardment. They drop nuclear annihilation. And then the explosions from nuclear annihilation are so big you can't even see the fireworks.
You can't even see where the fireworks are. Your allies have. So, Swann at A?
I can see him at A, yeah.
Alright, how about you, Tutu?
I put him in B because, like, factory pushing, it works, but it's really slow. And wraiths, they work. It takes some time to get enough of them.
Actually,
so that they can deal serious damage.
I can see that too.
It takes a little more time.
Like, Swann is good, but like compare him to Arcturus, Fenix, Stukov, I can definitely like, it's not the speed, it's the power. Or rather, it's not the power, it's the speed. Like,
or more accurately, it's not the power, it's just the amount of actual work you have to do.
Yeah, building stuff is like Swann says, it's destroying stuff is easy. It's making stuff that's hard.
Yeah, like Stukov literally just sits there and watches bunkers kill things. Stukov's slow, but he just sits there and watches.
He just sits there.
Fenix, you just attack, move, zealot, attack, move, zealot, attack, move, zealot.
Then you win.
Attack, move, zealot, and then you win. And Manx has ESOs. You just click on things. It's a point-and-click adventure.
Yep. Okay, so Swann, he's won again?
He's won again.
Alright. Oh, man. Won again.
Again.
Alright. Tychus, where do we have him?
Tychus is just a group of heroes, so can do a lot with very little. And if there are too many fireworks about to hit you, you just pick them up with a medevac. So, S.
Alright. Stickbender, how about you?
Also, money-based resurrection. You have all the money ever. And also, because you have all the money ever, you can get his upgrades so crazy fast. So your power is going to ramp up at an absurd rate. So
you can actually go you can actually go for outlaw availability prestige, and you can actually get all the outlaws so fast.
You can go outlaw availability with P1 and still just max out everything before you know it. It's just silly. So yeah, S tier. It's pretty straightforward.
Nice. Vorazun. Let's not have an argument.
Can't guarantee that.
She's gonna have a bad day.
Oh, there we go. No argument here.
Yeah. No need to argue. She's gonna have a bad day. She
could
have
Shadow
a good day.
Fury.
Yeah, we've already established we don't trust people enough to cast Shadow Fury, so she's gonna have a bad day. Shadow Fury can outrage the fireworks. Can. Also, even with Shadow Fury, the last two bases have these annoying ramps, and the ramps are really problematic.
Yeah.
Because you can't Shadow Fury up a ramp for some reason. And so ramps are like literally the bane of Vorazun's entire existence as a result.
And then there's this whole time stop thing. Unlock and load.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yes. So there's a lot of I fear no man, but that thing, and also that thing, and also that thing. They all scare me. That's Vorazun on this mission right now.
So where do we have
him? D or E. You know what? I would say D, and then I remember the time stop bug, and that honestly kind of demotes her to E by itself.
Okay, how about you, Tutu?
I agree with all those except I put her in F because time stop.
Yeah, I think the time stop.
Okay.
Someone doesn't know what they're doing. If they just move DTs, think, oh, I can just make more. I can just revive them. No, you're gonna run out, and you have nothing.
That's true. Yeah. All right.
Worse if someone moves Void Race.
Yikes.
Yes.
That goes so badly. Anyways, yes, Vorazun bad. Zagara.
Zagara, where do we have him?
Zagara, P1 and P3 are both good. P1, Sacrificial Banelings and Scourge just run into the bases, make some more, repeat.
Yeah.
P3 can be done without mining. Cool. S tier.
Alright, I heard S tier. That's enough for me. How about you, Stickspender?
Not S tier. She seems like kind of like worse Phoenix, honestly, almost.
Worse Phoenix.
It's like you're like Phoenix, but the reality is your Banelings are worse. Because Angry Zealot in this case is just a better Baneling.
Well, I actually disagree. I actually have Zagara S because like you can have more. You don't send all your base all at once. You send them in waves. But
Yeah,
if it's not unanimous, it's not S. So
that sounds like you have to send them not in waves. That sounds like actually having requirements of knowledge of how to use Zagara against the mutators, and compared to any of the other S tiers, that's a high bar.
I mean,
just compare her to the other S tiers.
it's so easy to use Zagara though. But again, if it's not unanimous, I'm not gonna argue much more. A's not bad. A's not bad, guys. Zeratul, where do we have him?
Yeah, he could probably be another S tier, especially with P3. You just kind of like run around spinning.
Win.
Beyblade Zeratul!
Did you mind Hero Tutu?
Zeratul gets to celebrate his new year by keeping all the envelopes.
Zeratul gets to celebrate.
Celebrate. He doesn't need to spend anything. Keeps all the money.
He doesn't need to spend anything. He just collects all the money. He just spins to win. Alright, S?
S.
Alright, there it is. Let's go to ranking. Who's the best among the A? Who's the best among the S's?
Probably.
I vote Setboy. I'll say
Zeratul.
Zeratul?
Over there.
You guys both say Zeratul?
Okay. I was saying Kerrigan, but
I was actually gonna say Stetboy because like he's really good, but he can also buff his ally. But if neither of you guys agree, fine. Let's.
Those ally buffs aren't going to do anything in this situation. They really aren't.
I mean the defensive drone that can keep people alive. But all right, I'm not gonna argue.
No, it's not going to overpower the fireworks. You're going to die anyways.
All right.
Drone will die to the fireworks.
Well, no. Stetmann's once you overcharge the satellite, but it has to be overcharged. So it's like basically the only time you're going to be helping your ally is when their army is with Gary, and Gary is killing everything and causing infinite waves of fireworks, and they'll be lucky to survive at all with or without that defensive help. So it's not really going to make any difference. It's really not.
All right, fine. So Zeratul top of S, and then Kerrigan. I actually put Nova second, but
I was thinking
Kerrigan's
first.
stronger.
Kerrigan's stronger? Alright, that's enough for me. So who's third?
This is between Nova and Dehaka, I think.
Nova and Dehaka? I think Stetboy shouldn't be any lower than third best. Honestly, he's so strong. We're not even talking about units here. Just Super Gary.
And his Zerglings ignore things too. If you feel like reading units, his Zerglings actually kind of ignore.
You can ignore Fireworks Zerglings.
So
I can't really
and
put
Infestors.
him. Infestors too. You can't really put him any lower than third best.
Yeah, okay. We can put Stetmann next.
All right.
And then Nova?
Then Nova? I think Nova and Dehaka are almost like tied, but they get their different ways. Nova, the enemies can't see you. For Dehaka, the enemies can't kill you.
The variation in how differently they do it is greater than the variation in how strong they are.
Yeah,
basically.
And both of them are really simple to play too. Like if you have P2 Dehaka, it's you're literally a mobile commander. I guess the only problem is if you're Glevig and you don't have high ground vision.
But Glevig summons free expendable units.
Yeah.
Also, you can summon your greater Primal Worm.
That's true.
Yes.
I guess we can call Dehaka and Nova a tie. There it is. Alright.
We did it. We ordered S tier.
Alright, there it is. For A...
It looks good to me.
Really? I would say Zagara would be top of A. Because she's so easy to use.
No. If you just send all your Scourge and Banelings at once, they're gonna blow up to fireworks. And then you're gonna lose them all, and then you're gonna not have units anymore
until the next wave spawns.
You're gonna run out of
more money than usual.
You do have more money than usual. You're still gonna run into problems if you just send everything all at once.
I
Yeah,
did
and your
that in my
problems
video.
disappear.
I did that in my video. I think
No,
it doubled.
you're-
I think it doubled my allies' kills. Doing just that.
Just sending everything all at once, or sending them actually like split up.
In waves.
You don't even
Yeah.
have to count. You just like drag a box.
Yeah,
and
I
send
just
them.
I don't
press
count.
F2.
I just box like yeah, this about feels right. Let's send that. I don't count. I just box a few. That seems right. Send another one.
Control click, press hold E, make more banelings. repeat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. With lucky envelopes, fine. We can put Zagara at the top.
And then Arcturus is next, I think, because
Yeah, definitely.
you can also have inhumanity. You can be discount
Stops the
Zagara.
waves.
Yeah, it stops the waves. And then both the Phoenix and Stukov can stay where they are, I think.
Yeah.
Phoenix is definitely better than Stukov, at least.
For B, Hot and Horror bottom of B.
Yes.
Bottom of B.
Bottom of B.
Then Swann.
Swann versus Karax, the old competition.
Yeah.
Karax is better.
Probably Karax
'Cause-
is better.
He heals faster.
And heals his ally.
And also because his top bar
It's better.
has more killing power than the laser drill.
All right.
As good as the laser drill is, it doesn't have as much DPS as click, 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 click. You're all dead.
All right. Last one. Artie or Abathur?
Artanis.
Artanis.
All right. There it is. Tier list done. Sorry, Vorazun.
We did a.
All right, guys.
She deserved
Go
TF
watch
coming.
2 and 6 Banners videos. They're awesome. And hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else to do, please leave that in a comment. I will see you guys next time.